Hey y'all, so lately I've been having a lot of people asking about sewing leather on the Vevor M2, and so I thought that I would make a video, and I ran down to Hobby Lobby and I picked up one of their little bags of leather remnants, and I've got a little tool here to measure the thickness. So what I've got on this one, I've got 135 thread on the top, Tex 135, Tex 90 on the bobbin. This is 2 layers of some pretty soft leather, but not too soft. It's not like suede or anything. But this is a combined 4.5 millimeters. So we're going to see what this one is doing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew some random leather, and then I've got these 2 pieces of veg tan, and this measures 4.6 millimeters. And so after I get it warmed up, I'm going to stitch a line on the M2, one on the cylinder arm, and then one on the new walking foot, and see what they do. But let me just run a line on this real quick. Now this needle is a brand new needle that I just put in. However, it is a size 20 needle, and it's doing pretty good. As you can see there on this top line right there, that's a pretty good looking stitch, and that's with Tex 135 and Tex 90 on the back. So I like the way that looks. Let me get it there in front of the camera. Let's see how it does. This is just some brown. Looks like it came out of a piece of a kit that somebody was doing, because it's got ink lines drawn all over it. Let's see what this measures. About 3.5 millimeters. And that should do that without a problem at all. Oh yeah, that is a really good looking stitch right there. Yeah, a little bit more. Let me increase the tension just a few turns. But that looks real good, really good. And I just increased the tension on the top a little bit. Maybe I can get that. Actually, let's test it. Let's see if we got that. But yeah, this is real leather. This isn't vinyl, y'all. So that's the new one. And tension is looking a little better. Let's crank that up a little bit more again. Okay, again, this bottom one is what I just did. That's a good looking stitch. Boy, that looks really nice. It's even, it's consistent. It's trying to do a diagonal, but again, it's not. I still can't get, it's going to take a while to get that tension straight on that. But so let's try a piece of this. This is just some, I don't know, upholstery grade leather maybe. That's 3.5 millimeter. Let's see. Wow. Again, that's a beautiful stitch. Still don't have that tension straight, but we'll get it figured out. So that's enough of the warm up. So we're just going to take these two pieces of edge tan and have I measured this yet? That's 4.6, 4.7 millimeters on the little leather scale. I don't know how that equates to ounces. I used to know that formula, but I just don't. Alright, so I'm going to run a line of this right under the label that says M2. And again, this is not a leather needle, so I'm probably fixing to break something. But let's see. Wow. Yeah, the old Vevor M2 didn't have any problem with that, did it? Holy cow. Look at that. Woo! Definitely need to do some work on the tension, but man, that looks good. Alright, let's go over to the cylinder arm and see what we can do. Okay everybody, we're going to start off with this brown leather again. We're just going to run a little practice stitch on here. This is the cylinder arm, the iKonix 335A. I have Tex 135 on the top and Tex 90 in the bottom. And this is a leather needle, and it's a 22, I believe. DP 17. So let's see what we can do here. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick the camera, but it's right here in front of me in the way. Okay, the tension is way off. Look at that. Alright, so let me crank this tension down. Alright. That's why we're doing this, so we can get our tensions right. Alright, let's make another run. See what we can get. Okay, that's a little better. I'm going to crank it up some more. Okay, let's try another run. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's the one we just did. As you can see, that looks real nice. And check this out. That's the back side. That looks real good. Real good. So let's try on this piece. See if we can get the same results. Okay, wow. Okay, so that's the one I just did. That looks really, really nice. I like the angled stitching that it's doing. And the back side, look at that. That looks great. That's the one right there. Alright, so now let's take these two pieces of veg tan, and again, just to remind us, that's reading about 4.5, 4.6 millimeters. Alright, and we're going to run it down here under the line that says CA for cylinder arm. I don't think it stands for caw. Caw. Oh God, I'm being silly now. All right, so let's, there we go. Let's run it right down the caw. Wow, look at how it slowed it down even more. Oh, I can't wait to see this. And this is on a stitch length of 5. Can you see that? This line right here under the CA for cylinder arm. And golly, look how straight that one is. Holy cow. That tension on there is perfect. And the front side looks great too. Those stitches are nice and even. Okay, so let's take it over to the new walking foot and see what it does. Okay, so just like the other ones, we're going to start off on these softer ones before we do the veg tan. This is the iKonix KS-335A walking foot that I just got. We're going to increase the stitch length to 6, and we're just going to run a line right down here. Let's see what it does. See the old walking foot in action. Wow. That walking foot walked all over it. Okay, so that's the line we just did. Man, that looks good. That looks real good. And the tension is pretty good. Got one little spot there and spot there where it's coming out. But again, this is the Tex 135. The needle that's in it now is a 22 gauge leather needle. And that did really, really good. Let's try it on this light brown, because this is just a little bit harder, a little bit stiffer than the one we just did, even though it's the same thickness. So let's see what we can get here. Look at that thing go. Man, I like this machine. And if you didn't see in the description for this machine is actually on sale through Racoma, and there should be a link in the description. It was on sale for $947. That's 50% off its regular price, and it comes with the table and the servo motor. So that's the line we just did. Doesn't that look good? Whew. Holy cow. See, the tension needs to be adjusted just a hair, but we're not going to mess with that tonight. So this is the line for the M2, and that stitch length was actually on about 3.5. This is the cylinder arm, and its stitch length is on 5. And WF, that doesn't stand for waterfront. That stands for walking foot. We'll put that there. We're going to punch through this veg tan, and if you remember, this measured almost 5. Well, I might be on some thread right there. Yeah, 4.6 millimeters. Veg tan. This is like what you would, you could make a holster for a pistol out of this. You can definitely make a knife sheath out of this. You're not gonna sew a saddle on this machine, that's for sure. But anything light like that, bags, crafts, stuff like that, you should be good. Yeah, let me clean this up so you can see it. And then let me throw it on the floor. Okay, there we go. That's the line we just did. See if I can get that in the camera view. That's the line we just did under WF for walking foot. That looks delicious. That looks really, really good. And that is text 135 on the top, text 90 on the bottom, and it's been like that on all 3 of these. This was the Vevor M2, the iKonix 335A Cylinder Arm, and the iKonix KS-335A walking foot for that one. And even that one doesn't look too bad, except for right there. But looks like it needs a little bit of a tension adjustment. But wow, that looks good. And then remember on this one right here was the one that we just did on this walking foot. And then on here, I believe it was this one that we just did on the walking foot. So I would like to try something. Let's put this back under here. We're going to go right in between these two, and then we're going to move on to this one. See how that looks. Wow. See if I can get that in the camera. All right, this line right here, straight over to this one right here. Man, those look good. And this is on the walking foot. And again, this is, I don't know, you know, the ounce of leather, but that one's 3, this one's 4, and this veg tan was about 4.7 millimeter. Nice. Okay, well that concludes today's test. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And y'all have a great weekend.